Hi, my name is Louise, and this is my ghost story. Have you ever heard of the legend of Jessie Keith? Jessie Keith was a girl that was murdered. Her murderer was, well, there's a long story that goes with it to how he was found and how they determined it was him, and eventually in the end he was the first man hung? Last man hung in Stratford. So there is a stone that sits at the cemetery, and you see crystal or ruby eyes. And that's how we had found her, with some myths that we had through the town. So the first time we had went up, we went to do some EVPs just to kind of screw around, see what we could come up with. And then it got a little more intense, then it got more intriguing. So we would go back up again, and we would go out to some of the places and kind of do like a scenic view of where she had been, and sightings that she had been seen at. And then we ended up going to the cemetery, and at the cemetery where her grave is, there was these turkey vultures that were only up around the top where she was, and that's where you would find all the feathers laid out on the ground. So as time went by and times we had went up, we had decided one day, it had rained, and we weren't sure what we were going to do at that point because we were all the way out of town. And so we decided that we'd pull out the Ouija board and we would maybe see if we could call her to come out. And we got like a few people that you didn't really think were connected, so we would wipe it out and restart over. And eventually we had gotten her, and with the posts that you've seen in the newspapers with her pictures, the last thing she had worn and stuff, she had pretty much described herself to a T. So we knew that we were on the right track. So we were talking to her, and we were asking her questions, and we were finding out all kinds of information about her sister and how her sister had committed suicide after she was killed. And then we would call on her to have her talk as well, and she had come through, and so we were chatting anyways, and it was getting kind of creepy because it was like one of the first times I had ventured outside my realm. And I've always been intrigued with this stuff. I just never had people that I could actually do it with where I was comfortable. So it was nice to be able to let loose. But anyways, so we were talking on the Ouija board, and she's like, just watch, just look. And I'm naive because I'm new, so I'm like, what are we looking for? What are we watching for? And so then it turned out that she had said, I think the last thing she had said was just look or something.
Or see me. Or
see me, yeah, something. And I'm like, well, just show yourself if you want me to see you. Like, I don't know how else I'm supposed to see you. And I swear to God, down the row on the road, there was a garbage can. And all of a sudden, I saw this silhouette of a person. And it was like the same hair, the same clothes, like it looked like her. And I'm pointing, and I'm just looking. And Char's like, what? So I'm like, she's over there. And it was just like we got all flustered and tried to start the car and tried to get out of there. It was a funny story. I mean, we definitely went back more times than not, but that I think, aside from maybe hearing a few things, is where I had actually started to think maybe I wasn't kind of crazy. It was stuff that was there. When you're searching for things, it's hard to know if you're on the right path, and I feel like I'm probably the last one that was getting somewhere, because I always felt like, they would say they saw this or say they heard that, and I was just like, oh, well, okay, like, that's cool. I want to, like, learn more. I want to progress and grow, and eventually you do start to hear things, and you can tell the difference between whether it's, say, something in your head opposed to somebody else. So my house has been kind of interesting as well. We've been there about 6 years now. And the stuff that will come through for past people that had lived there, or people that are attached to something that is there. We had a couple things happen. There was this little boy that was the first day we had moved in, actually. Shar had come over and I wanted to show her the place, and there was something at the stairs, and she said, "Did you see that?" And I said, "No." She said, "You didn't see that?" I said, "No." So she was describing to me that there was this little boy that was peeking through the banister. And I thought, oh, great, okay. Like, I don't know if I'm ever going to experience this, but I'm living here now, so I guess you got to live with it. And I eventually, when they want you to see them, they do come out, and you can see, I see silhouettes mostly, not color. But there was the one time there was a little boy that was sitting on my stairs. I thought it was one of the kids, but there was nobody around at the stairs at that point. So it was kind of one of those things you have to kind of take it in and think about it. So another time, I guess I should say, as time went on and we started our team and we were going out and doing investigations, we had been to many different places, and it's always been fun experiences. But there was this one time that we were out at a cemetery again, and seems to be our go-to spot. There was different things that were going on that they were trying to pick up here and pick up there, and we had all our equipment going and our EVPs and our we were actually rolling film, because in the beginning we were just doing EVPs. We weren't actually videotaping anything, so we've now kind of evolved. But there was the one instance where they were seeing different stuff on different sides, and was really weird, took me by surprise, that I saw a silhouette by the garage, and I thought it was somebody standing there. And when nobody else saw it, I was like, did I really see that all by myself? So those things you don't expect kind of sneak up on you. It's when they want you to notice them that is the best. But we need to go back and videotape places we've been, because we were in, that was 2 summers ago, we did the Jesse Keith, and I think pretty much that whole summer we had been out to many different places, and we had not videotaped. So we still have more that we need to do as well. We have a few that we have. And you're that
flustered that you're trying to start the car with the window to leave.
Yeah, I guess Shar is not an easy person to scare, as you will see as you watch the videos. But that day in the cemetery with Jesse Keith, she couldn't get her key in the ignition, and she was playing with her windows, and she was just like, her hair was standing up on her arms, and her cousin even said, like, "What? You don't even get like this. Like, what?" And it's just one of those moments when you're in the moment that it really captures you. Something that
when you're least expecting
it. Yeah. No, it was good. It was good. I do want to grow, and I want to learn more, but it all takes time. So patiently, I'm waiting. Hearing things seems to be my thing mostly, so I get different voices and stuff that will talk to me that I didn't really have before. So it's kind of nice. I feel like it's evolving. It just all takes time. So that is just some of the experiences that I have been able to share for you guys. I'm sure there will be lots more to come, as we've made a New Year's resolution that we're actually going to get over these flu bug and actually get back out there. So that was my story, guys. Stay wicked.